Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Peak, and we just finished reading chapter 12 of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And in this chapter, Dorothy and her friends have left Emerald City, and they're on their way to try to find the Wicked Witch to do like Oz had asked them to do. And they come upon this hilly country. There's no road for them to travel on. And as they're going along, the Wicked Witch looks out with her one powerful eye. It's like a telescope, and she sees Dorothy and her friends and her country, and she gets mad. And so she sends first the wolves, and the wolves come to attack them at night. But the Tin Man draws his axe and kills them one by one, chopping off their head. Next, the Wicked Witch sends her crows, and this time the Scarecrow wrings the necks of all the crows as they come upon him. Then the Wicked Witch sends the bees, and when the bees come, the Scarecrow asks the Tin Man to spread out all his straw upon Dorothy and the lion and Toto to keep them from the stingers so they won't be stung. And when the bees come, the only one there to sting left is the Tin Man, and when their stingers hit the Tin Man, it breaks them off and they die. Next, the Wicked Witch sends the Winkies, her slaves, with their spears. But when they come upon Dorothy and her friends, the lion roars so loudly they run frightened back to the castle. So the last thing the Wicked Witch has is her golden cap. And it has a powerful charm that she can use 3 times. She's already used it twice. So this will be her last time to use it. And these winged monkeys will come to her aid and do whatever she asks. And she asks them to go and do away with the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and bring the lion back to her as her slave, and also do away with Dorothy. So the winged monkeys go and do as she asks, except they can't harm Dorothy because she has the kiss from the Good Witch of the North that keeps her safe. So they're not able to do that. But they do throw the Tin Man on some rocks. They tear up the Scarecrow, and they bring the lion back to the castle to be the witch's slave. And they bring Dorothy back to the castle too, but they don't harm her. They just lay her in front of the witch. Well, when the witch sees that Dorothy has these silver shoes, she wants them because she knows they have a powerful charm that she would love to be able to use. But Dorothy doesn't know about this, and the witch realizes this very quickly. And so the witch says that Dorothy is her slave and must do everything that she asks her to. So she does, and the witch makes her work day and night. And the witch comes up with this plan to get the silver shoes from Dorothy because Dorothy hardly ever takes them off. And the witch makes a bar of iron invisible to Dorothy's eyes and lays it in the middle of the kitchen floor. And when Dorothy's walking, she trips over it and one of the shoes falls off. So the Wicked Witch grabs it really quick and knows that now she owns part of the charm. So when this happens, Dorothy gets really mad and throws a bucket of water over the Wicked Witch. Well, guess what? The Wicked Witch melts when water hits her. So the witch melts right there in the kitchen floor, and Dorothy sweeps her right out the door. And that's the end of the Wicked Witch. And Dorothy gets back her shoe, and she goes to tell the lion that the witch is gone. And that's the end of the chapter. So in this chapter, there are a lot of problems and solutions. The problem is something that has happened in the story that they need to solve, that there is something they need to do so that they can keep going. So this has to do with what the Wicked Witch did. She would send out her wicked creatures, and all of Dorothy and her friends would have to try to solve that problem of how they're going to make it and how they're not going to get hurt or harmed by all these wicked creatures. So the first problem they have is the wolves. So try to think of how they solve that problem. And if you'll make this chart in your notebook, problem leads to the solution. Okay, so the wolves, what happens? They have to, what does the Tin Man do? He uses his axe to cut off their heads, right? He uses his axe. So that's the solution. Okay, what was the next thing that happened? The Wicked Witch sent some crows, right? So how did they solve that problem? Remember the Scarecrow You know, he does scare, he's supposed to scare crows, right? Well, they're not very scared of him. They realize he's just made out of straw. So the scarecrow wrings their neck, right? And that's the end of them. And then the witch sends her bees to sting them. So what do they do to solve that one? Hide under straw. And bees lose their stingers on the Tin Man. And when they lose their stingers, they die. And then last, she sent the Winkies. And how do they solve that problem? Well, the lion, all he has to do is roar and they run away. So it's a good thing Dorothy has all these different characters with her. The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion, they all have roles to play in this story and help her out on her journey to try to get back home. So see if you can find some more examples of problems and solutions, and you can add them further down on your chart. All right, so I will see you next time. Bye.